Saturday Social, brought to you by EA Sports FC with PlayStation 5.
We thought, as it's international break, it would be a perfect time to get our guests to give us their 23-man England squad, because a lot has been made of the competition for places that England have. But there's a few rules you want to chuck in here.
Yeah, this is really difficult, isn't it? So we've got two emojis on the board. We've got on the plane, we've got stay at home, 23 players on the plane area. We've got 40 players in front of you, so we can't discuss everybody probably. Obviously, you've got to have 3 goalkeepers as well in there. This is going to be really, really tough, I think. And importantly, it's your squad. Yeah. This isn't who you think Gareth Southgate will take, it's who you think he should take.
And the 40 players are the ones that have all been in and around the squad. As I said, I can't talk about absolutely everyone, but you do have to have 23, importantly, as Joe said, on the plane. So, goalkeepers. Max, do you want to do the honours? You've got the 4 regulars, I suppose, that we see there. Sam Johnson, Aaron Ramsdale, Nick Pope, Jordan Pickford.
I think the people who are going on the plane for me, Jordan Pickford. Yeah. I think there's no qualms there.
Yeah.
I think Nick Pope.
Yeah.
He commands the back for Newcastle, regulates the team. What a regulator he is, by the way. And probably...
Wow.
Sam Johnson.
No Aaron Ramsdale.
He just hasn't played.
I understand his thinking. No, for sure, he hasn't played. Like, it's a lot tougher to do it now, like, when it is really 7 months away. And, like, who knows, come January, he could get moved to a club and he's the best keeper.
Do you think he has to get a move then to get on the plane?
I think he said it himself, right? Like, he said about how can I expect to be England's #1 when I'm not even starting for my own club? And I think that's really reasonable. I think he understands the situation he's in at the moment. And all 3 of these goalkeepers are playing week in, week out. I think there is a thing to be said about the goalkeeper union, and it is about kind of like the morale that they have with each other. I don't necessarily think that like Aaron Ramsdale compared to Sam Johnson's going to have too much of a difference in that side of things, so I think that's fine.
Who's the who leads the goalkeepers union out of those 3? Who's the Mick Lynch?
Surely Pickford. Surely Pickford. When you're the #1 as well. That's the thing as well. Like, Nick Pope's amazing goalkeeper. However, he kind of has a bit of issues with the ball at his feet, which is why we don't really see him start. And Jordan Pickford for England, I kind of mentioned it earlier about him at Everton, but Jordan Pickford for England has been over the last 7-8 years fantastic.
Never lets England down.
Controversial
56
start,
caps, 26 clean sheets, but you agree? No Aaron Ramsdale. Yeah, it's quite surprising that.
Defenders then, how do we want to split this out? We would kind of recommend around 8 defenders here. 8. Including fullbacks.
Should I make a suggestion? Should we do this not necessarily based on position, but the players you all agree on and nailed on?
Is there any nailed-on picks for you?
I think Harry Maguire is dead set.
What?
I'm taking Harry Maguire.
Wait.
I'm taking Harry Maguire.
Listen.
Are you guys okay?
Harry Maguire is 100%. He's not only going, he's starting every game. Every game.
I don't know if he... I think he will. I think Southgate's starting him.
Max, sorry, go on.
Harry Maguire is starting every game.
What would you like to say to that? Because you don't agree with Cam.
I mean, Manchester United are leakier than a faucet from a 19th century house. Like, unbelievable. I do not know how he gets... fine, he's good in the dressing room. I've never really get
He
that.
has been great for the last 8 weeks or so. Like, since he's come back into the team, I think he's been legitimately one of, if not United's best player.
And do you consider his form for England? As again, we're talking about players that always perform well. He is.
But then we might as well just start the same team that we had from the Euros in 2020 or the World Cup team.
So he doesn't go for you in the squad. You don't even.
I think you do need experience there.
Whoa.
The squad's really young. And like, I do think you need players like Harry Maguire.
That balance.
But you've got that with this man.
Yeah, but you need more than one.
Yeah, but I mean,
you need more than one.
Firstly, John Stones is always injured. I think John Stones is unreal.
If you're looking for the experience card, the people
We're jumping ahead here. We're jumping a long way ahead.
These 3 guys.
So wait, you wouldn't take Harry Maguire on the plane at all?
No.
That's ridiculous.
I would.
I wouldn't.
Harry Maguire is one.
I'll concede. He's fine. Get his passport, Harry.
No, Harry Maguire, the thing is, he's going to go and he's going to start. He's going to start. Him and John Stones will probably be the 2 that start. And Harry Maguire, he plays every single... We've seen, even when he's not playing, he plays. So imagine now that he's actually in the team, he's going to play.
I don't think he necessarily...
And he's actually good. Like, I'm not Maguire's biggest fan, but for England, he's actually one of England's better performers.
Who do you support, Cams?
Man United.
There you go.
No, but it's not about that. It's not about that.
I think we can agree with this man.
Yeah.
John Stones.
I pray that he is fit and fine.
You might have to bunch the magnets a bit nearer together because there's a lot. There's got 23 to get on 2 rows.
What's going on? Just put it next to it, but put it tight next to it.
John Stones, dead set.
This man?
Dead set.
Kyle Walker.
So is Kyle Walker going as a centre-back for you?
No, right back, but it also gives us the option to play a 3 at the back if needed.
Because I think right back is one of the most competitive positions.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how your 8 defenders split out.
Who starts at right back if everyone's fit for you all, just quickly? Because it is an area...
Who starts at right
with
back?
so much
And
talent.
we're playing 4 at the back.
Yeah.
4 at the back.
Kyle Walker.
Agree, Cams?
Yeah, because of his recovery and the way England
Max?
play.
I agree. If
Okay.
you're playing 4 at the back, Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's the best
So
at
who have you got in your hands? Is this another lock for you?
I think it's a lot.
Kieran Trippier is
Is that a lock for you,
Yeah.
Zach? Because I know...
He can play both sides.
I think we should look at the other centre-backs we've got first. I think Kieran Trippier has a very good shout to go. And maybe we take one less midfielder so we can take him as well.
Are you thinking he might not be in your
You don't
23
think
then,
he's
Kieran
gonna go
Trippier?
I think if you're taking, depending on what other centre-backs you take, I think there's an argument as to... Basically, for me, it's between him and Reece James. Really.
Oh, I don't
Then if it's between him and Reece James, he goes.
But I think as an impact player off the bench, I think Reece James is the player that you want.
But what we've seen,
Kieran Trippier... I think Kieran Trippier... I think he should go as well. I do. Yeah. I think that's what I'm saying. I think we probably take one less midfielder for him. So I'm happy for you to put him on the board, 100%.
But Trippier also plays left back for England as well. You know,
That's a really important point.
And then also, like,
His
this is what I mean.
that he can play both sides.
Yeah, but what I'm saying as well, like, if you're taking, say, for instance, we haven't got to him yet, a Levi Cole as well, he's also a left back for you too, and a centre back. And if you're taking Luke Shaw,
what team do you support?
Yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah, there you go.
On a legitimate thing, like, we do need... I think so much has been made over the last few years about left-footed centre-halves and stuff like this. The only left-footed centre-half in this lineup is
We can
Levi
agree
Cole.
he's going on the plane. Cole will.
For sure. Over Mark Gahey?
That's another conversation to be had.
Because I think Mark
Southgate
Gahey...
taken both.
I think Gahey is currently a better centre half than Colwill, but I think because of the left-footed centre half thing, we saw Tyrone Mings play for England pretty much because he was left-footed. And now that you've got someone coming in, I think Southgate values that. So I do think Cole will be on.
Surely Trippier.
So Trippier, let's say Trippier's a lock. Okay, so let's put Trippier up for now.
Trippier's got
Is
to
there
be
any
there,
other
surely.
defenders in this that are an absolute lock before we get to Colwell? Like, is Luke Shaw for you
Oh, Luke
guys
Shaw's a
just
lock.
a lock?
Yeah.
If he's fit and
Okay.
firing, Luke Shaw has to go.
Playing. Well,
No,
He's
but
injured, he's
at the
injured,
moment.
he's
Luke Shaw.
exactly, but like, yeah, he's injured. That doesn't mean that like. Oh,
No, but he'll be-
definitely.
Are
be
we
on the
doing
plane.
it
He'll
on
be back in-
are
he'll
we
be
doing
back
it on
in
they're
December.
fully fit or what? Because if we
on
do
the-
it with the context of their injuries, then there is a shot.
This is if everyone is fully fit going into it in the summer. Your best 23.
Then Luke Shaw would go for me, yeah, for sure.
Max, Shaw in for you?
If he's fully fit,
You don't want any United player in there, innit?
No. No, I think. Look, I think he is. I'd rather have him around like for the dressing room for experience than Harry Maguire. But I think if we're going for a back 4 and everyone's fit, I would go Kyle Walker, John Stones, Levi Colwill, and Kieran Trippier as my back 4.
That's your back.
Oh,
Wow. Levi Colwell.
wow. So what? So we put in Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw's got to go. So I mean,
So that leaves you 3 spaces potentially for defenders.
Ben Chilwell?
No.
I don't think Ben.
I think if you're taking Levi, I think it is between Ben Chilwell and Luke Shaw, and it's who has that final 3 months for the in that Premier League season.
Max, for you,
Who
Ben
actually
Chilwell?
decides it?
I know. I don't think he can. He hasn't done enough this season to prove that he should be playing.
Just injuries. I think that's
Euros.
the biggest thing, man. Like every time it gets to this part of the tournament, you've seen him pick up an injury.
So unlucky with injuries.
He is. It's incredibly. But there is also a level of like Luke Shaw has that experience and he has those relationships already built with the rest of the team. And because of injuries, Ben Chilwell doesn't at the moment.
I think Trippier will be the left back understudy for Luke Shaw instead of Ben Chilwell.
So a couple of other names in there that we haven't mentioned. Lewis Dunk, been around the England setup recently.
Dunky,
yeah.
Fantastic passer of the ball.
I really like Luke.
Playing a great
I would
Brighton
rather
team.
take an Ezri Konsa or a Fikayo Tomori over a Lewis Dunk, to be honest. Like, I really like Lewis Dunk. I think he's amazing. But I also look at it as like, he's not going to be my starting centre-back. And so I think, like, for these guys who are the long-term future of England's defence, like, I think it's about kind of getting them used to the setup and used to the tournament experience and having to, come on. Realistically, like, Lewis Dunk doesn't start for me.
So is there any players, I've just noticed that we haven't been filling out the at-home column. So is there any players that
Ramsdale
you
goes
can absolutely
home.
say aren't going to be on the plane? 100%.
I think
okay,
Rico
Chilwell's going up.
Lewis-
Any of these other ones?
Rico
Let's fly
Lewis-
through a few of these ones.
Ezri Konsa, I think, ain't making it.
Okay,
Yeah.
put him up
He's
next.
making it.
It's a shame, Matt. I
It's a
think
shame. He's a really
amazing.
good player.
He's so good.
I like Konsa, but I think it's early for him. He's just got his
And I
debut
think
now.
Rico Lewis. I think later on, if you're going to take the young guns, it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he does look very exciting.
I don't know about that one.
Interesting what Pep Guardiola said in the week, wasn't it, about
put him
Rico
on-
Lewis and how
Yeah.
good he is and if he was taller and the future
got-
that he's got in the game.
We've got to make some decisions here because we've only got a limited amount of time on players that I think...
I
Is
think
Reece
if you're
James
taking
playing?
Kieran Trippier, I want him to go.
Surely Reece
I-
James is going.
But then you've got Trent's going as well.
But
so
you
got
get,
four
what
right
interestingly,
Trent's now a
Trent's
midfielder.
listed as a midfielder,
he's
so you
also a
can
right
take
back.
Reece and Kieran Trippier and then have Trent as a midfielder.
But he's also right back.
See, the issue is England have a lot of right.
That's what I mean.
They've
You
got
wanna-
a lot
you
of
wanna
right back.
have
He's
your-
a left back for England, in my opinion. I don't think we should see him as a
We need
as a
another
right
centre-back.
You definitely need at least
He's
one
a
more.
left
You need
back,
one more
yeah.
centre-back,
So
yeah.
Colwood, Tomori or Gay? I think we can pick two.
You could have two. There's only
think-
6 defenders up there.
I think
only
it's
six?
Colwill and Gay for me.
I think it's.
Will and Gehi for me. He played Tomori at left back yesterday.
Yeah.
Which I didn't understand quite why.
That's
Obviously,
a
due to the
pretty
injuries
decision here,
as
lads.
well.
We've still got midfielders and
Alright,
forwards.
Colwill and Gay. I think.
Okay.
Tomori is
Dunk,
playing
shout,
the
Lewis
Champions
Dunk's
League, but he's
Yeah.
seen a lot of goals.
Go tomorrow at home. Let's move on to midfielders
Oh,
then.
I'm sorry for Kai.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that as well.
How many
Okay.
midfielders did you say we need?
Probably 6.
Declan
Yeah,
Rice,
let's
get
get
him on there.
a maximum
Yeah.
of 6.
Get
Three
Declan Rice
locks
on
up
there.
here.
It's up to you. Let's get the players that are locked on. Declan Rice,
Declan, Bellingham,
Put Declan Rice over there.
Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham, James Maddison.
Trent, get James on there. So that's 4. We've got 2 left.
Trent. Oh, you guys got Trent already.
Who's the
yeah?
guy behind James?
So Trent is going in your midfield, yeah?
you're going-
I think he'll be a midfield option. He played well against Malta
Just
as well.
quickly, if they're playing a midfield 3,
Yeah.
who starts if everyone's fit in that midfield 3 for you, Cam?
In my team, it would be Declan Rice,
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham, and either James Maddison or Phil Foden in
Yeah,
midfield.
I agree.
I can
Agree with that?
Agree to that, yeah.
So who are the remaining options
What?
for your
I don't
2
think
midfield
Southfield will
picks?
We've got 2 more. Get Jordan sent. Yeah, get Jordan home.
Okay, so
Been a
Jordan
great
Henderson not on the
servant for
pitch.
England.
No way.
I think Mount's not going.
You don't think Mount goes?
No, I don't think.
Right
Mount goes.
now,
Unfortunately.
If, though, he's a player you know very
Yeah,
well that
I
you know,
love
worked with Chelsea, he's at Man United now, used to be a starter for England.
Yeah.
If he has a real run of games for Man United,
it changed everything.
does it?
Yeah, completely. I think
Who's
half
what
of
does he
this.
take? Madison's.
But if Matt, we've just seen kind of the decline, unfortunately, for Smithy, like of Spurs at the moment without Maddison and without certain players. Maddison on his day is amazing. I think it very much comes down to for those positions,
I just think-
form and injuries when we get close to it. If everyone's fit, it probably is going to be Maddison.
I think
Madison
he's been
has
out
to
of
go,
it.
doesn't he? The form, obviously, so unlucky. The form he's in this season has been phenomenal.
Definitely. I think
Who are
Mount's
your
just
other
been out the
midfielders
fold
you've
too
got?
much.
Cole Palmer.
Too
I
long.
don't think Calvin Phillips goes.
I think Calvin Phillips does go.
You would
I
take
think-
Calvin
no, no.
Phillips.
I wouldn't take
Yeah,
it.
so let's. I'd also happy to.
This is your.
I'm happy to
Okay,
leave Calvin
23
Phillips
though.
out.
I'm not taking Calvin Phillips.
So do we have enough defensive
Yeah, I was gonna
midfield
say.
to
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got John Stones who can play DM.
You've got Conor
you've got-
Gallagher.
yeah,
who
I
can
think-
Conor
play
Gallagher's what?
CD.
I'll put Conor Gallagher in there.
If Conor Gallagher
Personally.
continues on the way he's playing at the moment, he's also not necessarily an out-and-out DM. But if he
not DM.
continues playing at how he is at the moment, he's going to be a fantastic addition to the England side. Like Gareth absolutely loves it.
We've only got one more spot.
Yeah, just talk about Calvin Phillips here. I think Joe makes a good
he's
point
gonna
about
go,
the
man.
defensive options
But this-
you've got in midfield and the cover that you need in those defensive midfield options.
Yeah.
Do you think he's someone that needs a move then to play regular first team football? Because when he was playing regular at least, he was a
He
regular.
won England's Player of the Year. Like
He did,
he was.
correct.
You think back to that Euros just after COVID, like. People call him a DM. He was going further than Declan Rice with the ball at times. Like he was really, really important.
Huge part of that Euro squad that England
He
got
was.
finally.
He was.
Won
but I
England
think
Player of the Year.
Yeah.
You've seen him drop off since not playing. Like he should have. Like I don't disagree with moving to Man City when that option comes to you.
No,
it's
yeah.
very hard to say no. But right now, if you're going to be playing in our England team as the trio of managers that we are right now, you need to be playing. And I don't. If he doesn't get the move in January, he's not going to be getting in the midfield of Man City over Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, probably the best DM in the world.
And don't forget
who's
of
always
him.
fit.
This is
Rico
he'll be
Lewis
my
is playing
wild card.
yeah. Like
I'm taking Rico Lewis.
You would have moved him up.
I'm taking him into midfield. Yeah, I think Rico Lewis comfortable on the ball, versatile, can play right back, left back, midfield.
We need
he can
an
do
extra
everything.
CDM.
He can play there. He plays there for Man City as well.
I still think there's an argument. Like,
I think
for
James Ward-Prowse. I think I would bring Ward-Prowse as my last, but then you're losing out on Cole Palmer.
No, but Prowse is in the form of his life at the moment. Well, assist-wise and stuff, and he's not getting called up. What are we taking him for?
But that's
Are we
Gareth.
taking him because of his
Gareth. We're Gareth.
No, okay, yeah, no, we're Gareth. Okay,
Your
cool.
team, don't forget. It's
Yeah,
your
all right, it's my
23.
team. I still don't know if I'm taking Ward-Prowse.
There's an
to be
element of
honest.
Ward-Prowse where, like, obviously, his set pieces are amazing, but does he start? So no.
All right, is Ward-Prowse a great player? Is he a top player or is he just
Yeah,
a
I think
set-piece
he's a-
player? Let's be honest.
No, he's better. He's
having a
better.
very, very good
He is
season.
also very
Very
good.
good season.
Well, like when it's not on set pieces, he's been brilliant for West
Really?
Ham. Like outfit.
I don't know about that. I mean, you look at the statistics as well. He's quite low in a lot of statistics.
but he's
It's just
playing-
some set
he's
pieces.
also playing the team with Paqueta
he's also,
and Suchek.
and he's also playing in a team where, like, statistically, they don't want a lot of the ball. Like they are
Premier League
playing
goal
for
involvement.
set pieces.
7 Premier League
like-
goal involvements this season.
They're probably all crosses.
Club.
To
For sure, but say, like,
guard
say we get
Zuma
to the-
and
say we get to
Suchek.
the 70th minute, or in the 70th minute, it's 1-1 or it's 1-0 down. We've Maddison has been decent, but who's probably our set piece taker in starting. Trippier's not starting because Luke Shaw's playing. Trent's on the bench.
These guys, man.
Right.
So you're going to bring.
So I'd be bringing for set pieces, right? If you're in the
for the Beckham versus Greece?
hold on.
20 minutes left of the game, I think bringing on Ward-Prowse set pieces when you've got the likes of Jack Grealish and Bukayo Saka who can win fouls is a great.
But you've got 50 minutes to go. If you need a goal.
But
You've got 50 minutes to go. You need a goal. You're bringing on a Cole Palmer to make something happen.
No, but what happens if?
I think you've got other players that can do the same kind of job as Cole Palmer.
What happens if they clear his set piece? Then all of a sudden you've got James
But that's the whole
Ward-Prowse
point.
on the
That's
pitch
the whole
and
point. Is that his set piece is so good, it's so difficult to clear. And when you've got the likes of Harry Maguire, John Stones, Levi Cole, Mark Gehi, Declan Rice, Harry Kane, maybe the best header in the world.
I think you've got to back quality. I think you've got to back quality. This is what England do too much. England take players for random reasons and don't back quality enough. This is why Maddison wasn't on the plane quite a while ago. This is why This is why Phil Foden doesn't play often enough. England value random things over quality too much. It's always about what can you do off the ball, set pieces. Rico Lewis is a better footballer than James Ward-Prowse. In every aspect. I said on set pieces.
But think about as well what happens in tournament football over the last however long we've ever watched football. It's not won by having the most silky players all over the pitch.
Yeah.
England got to the semi-finals of the World Cup through set pieces.
And look,
that was Kieran Trippier whipping it in.
And what do England do? Every single time England play a team that have quality, what do England do? They concede the ball, they don't want the ball, went 1-0 up in the Euro final and let Verratti and these lot run riot on us. If you had players that could actually get on the ball, calm the game down.
So you're saying it's the 70th minute, Rico Lewis is on the bench coming on for who? To play DM.
Needs to come on.
Coming on for what? Declan Rice.
If I need to keep
what
the ball,
does Rico Lewis do when we're losing 1-0 down?
He keeps the ball way better than James Ward-Prowse. He's just a better
Way better is a crazy statement. James Ward-Prowse.
Do you think James Ward-Prowse can play for Manchester City under Pep Guardiola?
Yeah,
you guys
anyone could play under.
Yeah, I think he could take Nunes' spot.
Yeah. Anyone could. James Ward-Prowse could play under. James Ward-Prowse. Pep Guardiola would be fine with James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
He'd be fine with him.
I love James Ward-Prowse, but I think he's very much suited to a certain type of system, and David Moyes is that.
No, I don't disagree.
Where it is quite
100%.
direct. He's very
Pep
much
Guardiola
a workhorse off the
footballer
ball.
make him absolutely look incredible. James Ward-Prowse would look 10 times the footballer he is under Pep Guardiola.
Should we come back to him maybe? Let's see how much room we've got with forwards, because you could always just take 5 midfielders. If you think John Stones can also step in.
I feel like you need another CDM.
We need another CDM.
You've got some big players that you've not got there. Obviously, Calvin Phillips.
So that means Calvin Phillips. It has to be Calvin Phillips.
Over James Ward-Prowse. You don't think he can play in a double pivot deep?
Wait, James Ward-Prowse can't play as the lone
double
six. No, yeah, double pivot. But Trent can play in a double pivot. So can Jude. So can Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, you're worried about the Declan Rice injury.
Exactly. So if Declan Rice got injured, James Ward-Prowse isn't fitting in there.
So yeah, but I mean,
Can I say something
there
quite
are
controversial?
It'll have to be Calvin Phillips.
Let Max speak.
Can I say something quite controversial?
Yes.
Do we need 3 keepers?
You have to take 3 keepers.
You have to, because if you have an injury.
I agree with this. You shouldn't have to. But
Sam Johnston is don't get me wrong, great player.
you have to take
Fantastic.
3 keepers.
But why? Who says? Where's the rules?
Because if Pickford...
Max trying to break rules again.
Yeah, stop breaking rules, Max.
I think it's FIFA.
We want to come back to the midfield selection. Do you forwards, and you might figure out a bit of balance in the team.
Saka dead set.
Foden, Grealish, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford.
So you've got
you don't want to take Rashford?
7 left. Is that right? Saka's obviously nailed on.
Yeah.
Saka's nailed on.
Kane.
Kane's nailed on.
Whack those 3, surely.
Foden, Grealish. I mean, Grealish needs to pick up his form, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Harry Kane, obviously.
So how many have we got left? 1, 2, 3.
I think Ollie Watkins has to go he's going to go as the.
I'm happy to put Watkins now, but again, I think because of the way the second striker is you're just not going to get over Harry Kane. I think it very much is who's the one in form in the last couple of months coming up to the tournament. Because if say Tony's
You
back,
think Watkins then?
I think right now, Watkins who are doing it today. But say Tony was playing better than Watkins was come to the tournament, I'd be taking Tony.
Oh, so you're having 2 central figures up top rather than Kane through the middle and having your...
No, it is Kane. No, it is Kane.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's you need to take a sub-striker at the worst.
Oh,
the worst was ever
An
happened.
understudy if Kane got a knock or playing so many minutes,
But for now, I'm having
So you've got three spots.
Watkins.
Get Raheem Sterling on the board, please.
What are your thoughts on Raheem Sterling? He's been such a key player for England over the years.
Yeah.
Hasn't been in the last few squads. Obviously, you go to Chelsea, you work there, you see him, you've seen him perform. Should Raheem Sterling be in the England squad for you?
I think over the last few times he's been left out, I think that's completely fair enough. Like, he has had a very much of a decline over the last season, especially since he joined Chelsea. But over the last month, he's been one of the best wingers in the league. Like, and there is an element as well, like I mentioned about the experience. This is a guy who has a fantastic partnership with Harry Kane up top. We saw him for the Euros last time link up fantastically well. I think we forget, because he's been around now for so long, since he was 16 years old. He's only 28.
Yeah. Played in the last 5 major tournaments for England.
Yeah, and that, like, there is some...
Is it a straight shootout between him and Rashford? Or there's 2 spots left here to fill?
I don't think so. I think Sterling and Rashford.
Both go.
I think Sterling and
Max,
Rashford
where are you on
probably
the
go.
Sterling and Rashford? They
Yeah,
both
I
go
think
for you,
I do think Sterling. I think Sterling should go. He's had a great season this season and works well in almost any structure, and really has experience in like top quality international football.
Yeah.
So I think Raheem Sterling does go.
Rashford.
Who would you take instead? Would you take Bowen?
What, instead of Rashford? Yeah, I potentially, because we've got wingers coming out the wazoo. I mean, like,
what about the likes of Anthony Gordon, who has just been on absolute fire? For
I think it's just come too
Eze.
soon. I just think it's come too soon for them. I think, especially that Rashford had a decent World Cup.
Him in the at home.
The ones that you don't think are going put in the home one, because I've got to say the board is looking a little bit all
crazy.
over.
I think Eze as well. Like, for some,
what about Berry?
The issue for a few people, like Eze, for instance, like, I'd love to take him for his skill on the ball and like driving at players and stuff like that, especially when you can bring him on. However, like, there's an argument Jack Grealish doesn't even start for England. So we've already got that on the bench. Like, you've already got a lot of players that can do that same skill set.
Of who?
So, for instance, like, the argument about Eze.
Okay.
Eze's like, amazing on the ball and dribbling in, but so is Phil Foden.
You've got 22 players on the board.
We've got so many of those players. We've got 22 players.
I think the last one, like,
one remaining. Who is it between?
I think it's between Rashford and Jarrod Bowen. I do think
Show it to the camera.
Jarrod Bowen, if you're talking about form, it's not even close between Bowen and Rashford at the moment. But I do think when I've seen Jarrod Bowen play for England, does look a little bit out of place, a little bit. He hasn't been able to really stamp his mark on the team. And I just think Gareth Southgate is well, we're talking about our team, actually.
Yeah.
This is our team, so never talk about Southgate. But I just think Rashford off the bench potentially, and even lately he's been starting. I just think he's just a bit more of a threat. Is a complete contrast to what England have. You're looking at this. Foden probably going to be coming off the right. Saka coming off the right. Jack Grealish is more.
A lot of players that want the ball into feet.
Into feet, exactly. Rashford's one that's in behind him. We know Kane.
Bowen
be
will run
dropping into these areas. But the thing is, Bowen. If we put Bowen, he's going to be battling with Bukayo Saka.
We can work this out because there's 3 of you. So who's your vote?
Yeah.
My vote is for Jarrod Bowen. We've got a lot of players like Marcus Rashford in the team. You've got Foden, you've got Saka, you've got Grealish, you've got Sterling.
So you go Bowen.
Jarrod Bowen can play the Madison role.
No, he cannot. He can't. No, he can't. You think he can?
I think he could. If he no, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't put him in that position over Madison. But if Madison got a knock, I think he could.
So you're going Bowen. Cams, who you
I'm
going
Rashford.
with? It's on you, Zach. You got the final say?
I will go with Marcus Rashford.
OK, so there is confirmation of the 23. So some big omissions there. I think Aaron Ramsdale not in the squad is a big shout. You've not got the likes of Mason Mount, Jordan Henderson. Light on the DMs, I think, without Phillips and Henderson there. And
Very attacking.
Jarrod Bowen, very attacking.
Yeah.
But there is confirmation. Should we ask the viewers what they think? Let's get your thoughts home there. Firstly, apologies for the placement of that. I mean, that is all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah, move
But there is
Rashford over a bit
confirmation.
so we can see a bit
Rashford
more
and
clear
Sterling-
separation.
Rashford and Sterling both going. And as I say, some big omissions. Let us know what you think at home.